Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. Um, so let's talk about debt, your alleged debt. We're all debt slaves. But it's all debt. Money is debt. So, and your purpose in life, if you're a U.S. citizen, is to be saddled with debt your whole life, pay your taxes, get a job, or go to prison, or join the army and go to war. But your debt is actually prepaid with what is known as money of account. There is no real substance or money of exchange like gold or silver, only accounting adjustments and set-offs. To make that clear to you, there's no money. There's only accounting adjustments and set-offs. You can't pay a debt with a debt. It's impossible. Can you? I mean, in this world we're living in, yeah, but you can't actually pay it. You can set it off, you can discharge it, you can roll it into something else, but you can't pay it off. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, we're under $23 trillion of national debt. That's for all the US. It's not the government, it's all of us. But we can never pay it off because we don't have any money. We're working for these debt notes. So it's a big fucking game. And I'm trying to wake people up to it, how to play the game. Because it's just a game. They started it. We need to find out how the game is played and continue it. Because if you know how it works, then you're in the light. Then you understand. Then things get easier for you. You know, in 1933, they had something called the New Deal, where they went bankrupt again. And they came out with House Joint Resolution 192. And they gathered up all the gold from the people and gave them because the dollars used to be backed by silver or gold. But they agreed, they passed House Joint Resolution 192 back in 1933. You're already signed up for it. You're already part of it. You already get it. They're just not going to tell you. As a U.S. citizen, you're working for the United States corporation. Like all good companies, they offer their employees insurance benefits. They offer insurance to us if we fill out the Form SS5, also known as the Application for Social Security Benefits. This all originated from the Shepherd-Towner's Maternity Act, which was to help new mothers with care for their children if the mother was unwed. This is why they asked for the maiden name of the mother on the application for a live birth certificate. We are all considered a bastard children, with the company as the daddy. Sneaky how they do it, isn't it? The SS5 form is really a power of attorney for the company who issued the insurance benefit to the real man. The power of attorney was given to the corporation, aka the government. When they established the new account, they styled the name, your name, in all caps, all capital letters, Capitis Diminutia Maximum, which is really a corporation, is the name or the title of a corporation. Now, wrap your head around that. Your name in all capital letters isn't you, it's a corporation. Anything you get in the mail with your name in all capital letters is not you, it's your corporation. And it has a zip code. It means it's in one of the federal zones in the District of Columbia. The whole thing is an illusion. The whole thing's a scam. The Social Security number is prima facie evidence that there is an insurance policy. The benefits that one receives includes the privilege of an Army, a Navy, police, fire protection, courts, jails, prisons, etc. One of the benefits and privileges of being a U.S. citizen or being an employee of the United States corporation is that it's bankrupt, by the way, and you agreed to pay the debts of that corporation, is when you violate one of the corporate statutes and codes they euphemistically refer to as laws, you get to go to jail to pay your debt because all the crimes are commercial. They all have a monetary value attached to them. It's money that you owe or debt. They're charging you. And that's how it works. Like, for example, if you kill one of another person, another U.S. citizen, who is going to be the plaintiff or the so-called injured party when you go to your trial? Well, it's going to be the United States corporation. Why? because they own you and they were injured. Because after they paid for your schooling and your indoctrination and your dumbing down classes, and your Pavlovian training, you were worth something to them because you were going to, work all of your life and pay into your taxes every year. When you died, they lost out. Hey, man, it's like if you own a cattle ranch and somebody shoots one of your cattle and you catch them and the police arrest them, they take them to the court. Who's the plaintiff? Who's the injured party there? Is it you? No, it's the United States Corporation. Why? Because they own it. They own it all. They own everything you own. They own all the property, the houses, the bridges, the buildings, what you think is your company, everything. It's all theirs. It's all insured. So when we fill out the SS5, we allowed the company to access our account, our checkbook, as it were, the prepaid account that was set up when our birth certificate was issued. We gave them permission as signers to write checks on our account, and they do it all the time. Keep in mind, this is the same account the bankers fractionalized and created huge, almost unlimited sums of money. They're still doing it today. And we become co-business partners with the company. They're able to access and use our prepaid account for whatever they deem necessary. Yeah, we're actually considered abandoned children. You're also considered wards of the state. And they administer, because what you're supposed to do when you're 18, you're supposed to file your paperwork to take back control of your estate. When your mother abandoned you when you were a child, the state took control of your estate. But you're supposed to go back and go, hey, I'm alive, I'm not dead, here I am, let me take control of it again. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. But we never do that. So what we call Congress are administrating for little wards of the state, little children. That's how they treat us too, like little children. We don't need to know what's going on. The creation of the Social Security account created what is known as the Social Security Trust account. Social Security Trust, a trust is an equitable obligation binding a person who is called a trustee to deal with property over which he has control, which is called the trust property, for the benefit of the person who are called beneficiaries of the Social Security Trust, of whom he may himself be one, and anyone of whom may enforce the obligation. Any act or neglect of the part of the trustee which is not authorized or excused by the terms of the trust instrument or by law is a breach of trust. So in commerce, whoever creates a liability must bring in the remedy as well. If the sender doesn't send the funds to pay the bill, if you're getting a request for payment in your all capitals name sent to your residence, and they don't include a bill, which they always do, it's called a remittance. And all you would need to do is authorize a remittance and send it back to them and make a note of it on your 1099, OID 1099V, and pay them. And just do the accounting paperwork with the Internal Revenue Service, who is the collection agency or administering for the bankruptcy of the United States. They're just doing their job. So it's your choice whether to set off the debt or with your prepaid account by accepting the bill for value and having the presenter send the accepted for value presentment that you to them back to the paymaster, i.e. the Secretary of the Treasury, or give them equity from your labor, which is Federal Reserve notes, which are promises to pay, which are debt notes, which have absolutely no value. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com.